Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So, I'm diving headfirst into a crazy gravity-defying relic from the late 90s, Rollcage Stage II. Is this game just a forgotten gem or a blueprint for what racing games could have been if they hadn't been so boring? Let's find out. Released in 2000 by Attention to Detail and published by Psygnosis, Rollcage Stage II was like the weird cousin at the family reunion. Racing games were everywhere back then. Gran Turismo was all about tuning suspension systems, while Mario Kart was throwing banana peels and blue shells left and right. And then there was Rollcage, the unhinged middle child of the racing world. Imagine if Twisted Metal and F-Zero had a caffeine-addled baby that learned how to drive on the ceiling. That's Rollcage Stage II. This game wasn't your average point A to point B racer. Your car could flip, spin, crash, and just keep going. The dual-sided tires meant that wrecking didn't mean resetting, it meant improvising. It was chaos management disguised as a racing game. And in a world where track memorization was the name of the game, Rollcage demanded spatial awareness and lightning-quick reflexes. Tracks twisted in on themselves, weapons flew across the screen, and one wrong boost could launch you into the stratosphere. Even today, playing Rollcage Stage II feels like unlocking a secret level of video game chaos theory. Games like Trackmania or Grip try to capture that frenetic energy, but nothing quite matches the sheer speed and volatility of this game. Now I know what you're thinking. Rollcage Stage II isn't easy. The cars don't handle like your average racer. They're twitchy, heavy, and have a mind of their own, but that's the point. Mastering these vehicles feels like learning how to drive a wild animal, not a machine. And once you get it, the game rewards you with an experience that's about survival as much as it is about speed. Looking back from 2025, Rollcage Stage II feels like a vision from an alternate universe where racing games evolved differently. Instead of chasing realism, it chased spectacle. Instead of focusing on simulation, it leaned hard into imagination. The environments were destructible, way before Battlefield made it cool. The power-ups were devastating. And the soundtrack? Pure, late 90s rave. It was unapologetically of its time and yet, in many ways, ahead of it, stack it up against its contemporaries. And Rollcage Stage II stands out not just because of what it did, but because of what it dared to do. It threw physics in the blender, hit puree, and said, let's race. Even today, with games like Forza Horizon 6 leaning into open-world freedom and F-Zero 99 reviving the classics, Rollcage Stage II holds its own as a reminder of how much fun unhinged creativity can be. Rollcage Stage II never got the love it deserved. It was too weird, too fast, and probably too ambitious. But that's what makes it a cult classic. It didn't try to play it safe. It tried to flip the racetrack upside down and make you race through the wreckage. So, if you're tired of predictable races and want to feel like you're wrestling with a steel rocket on a psychedelic roller coaster, Rollcage Stage II is calling your name. Hit that like button if you've ever flown off a wall and landed a perfect flip. Subscribe for more retro deep dives and let me know in the comments. Did you play Rollcage back in the day? Or is this chaos new to you? Either way, keep your wheels spinning and your reflexes sharp. See you next time.